What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and this is going to be my first attempt against the Invincible Sentinel with the hot-fixed Roid shield. I'm going to be using the Avalanche, and this is obviously after the November 11th hotfix, which did go ahead and significantly decrease the Roid damage of the Shooting Star, Avalanche, and Big Thumper. And so this boss should take longer now, but I still didn't expect him to be that difficult, and I actually have a decent run against him. It goes really well until the last stage of the second half of the fight, where I do get a little bit too cautious and start playing a little bit slowly. Before that, though, it does go pretty damn quickly. So this first stage here, where he's going to spin around and stuff, I am just going to throw a Stormfront, wait for him to lower my shield, and then start really attacking him here with the probe. And, you know, we are still doing a decent amount of damage to him every melee hit. It's not as much as it was when the Avalanche was so incredibly powerful, but I do expect eventually for a Rapier or Law level blade to be released in Borderlands 3 sequel. Keep in mind that the Rapier was not released until the first campaign DLC for Borderlands 2, and so even though the Roid shield may seem low damage to some of you now, I do think that there will eventually be, you know, either a 100% melee boost or a 200% melee boost weapon that will become available to us, much like the Rapier or the Law, which will multiplicatively boost the Roid damage and make melee Athena even more powerful. And I think that that will be a nice and welcome addition to melee Athena. So we've almost got the shield depleted here in this first stage, and so now he's going to go into his next stage. I just throw a Stormfront out there to try to keep my stacks up. I forget what those stacks are called. Maelstrom, I think. Anyway, we're just working through this guy, trying to take out his stages. Maybe I've already taken out 2 stages. I haven't been paying an incredible amount of attention. I'm sorry. Anyway, I use the Aspis to kind of shield me when I get up close, and I think that that works out pretty well. There's some good synergy involved there. The Roid shields this time around do have an incredibly long recharge delay, and I think that they did that with the Aspis and its duration kind of in mind. Gonna throw another Stormfront out there just to kind of keep, yeah, so that was 3 stages, nice. Just to kind of keep my Maelstrom stacks up. And when you have the Stormfront out and you're, you know, up close and in the fray like that, even if you get knocked away, the Stormfront should keep you healed up quite well, and so that's nice. This guy has, like, some Southpaw level backpedal mechanics. It's incredible. He'll run away really, really well during this last stage, so you kind of have to watch out for that. We're lowering his health right now. Obviously, with the Stormfront, you can charge up your Aspis to do shock damage, and I use that to kill him there. And so now we're going to be entering the next part of the fight where he's going to get awfully large and become a little bit harder to melee and stuff like that. Now, even though these next stages take a little bit longer, I don't think they take too awful long for a quote-unquote raid boss. And once we go to Ultimate Vault Hunter, I do also expect there eventually to be a legendary Zyphos class mod, or, you know, a legendary, it might not be called legendary Zyphos obviously, but legendary something along those lines, maybe even legendary Blade Master, that will make melee even more potent, so that'll be something to watch out for. I was worried that I was going to die there before this big guy was back, and that would have been irritating just because, you know, those little flying things will eventually wear you down, and that's sometimes aggravating. So this first stage, we actually work through his face pretty damn quickly. It's not too slow. I do like the Maggie as my Aspis wielding weapon. I know it's probably not the best Aspis wielding weapon, but it's fun to use, and so that's kind of why I like it. Now, bleed damage with the probe does heal you pretty well, so if you've got one enemy bleeding and he's going to keep bleeding, kind of like this big guy here, that will work out pretty well for you. Now, I tried to throw my Stormfront at his face there, but it accidentally hit that rock, and so that was a shame. I try freezing him a little bit too, but that doesn't seem to be working for me. However, during this first stage, it does do a ton of damage to him, so that little freeze gun that I have is pretty solid. It's called, like, the Frigida or something like that, and I don't know. I saw a Boar Shot using it, and I was like, I'm going to use that one. Anywho, we're going ahead and working through this guy pretty quickly. Gonna finish off his first face here with the Maggie, I think. Excellent. So now he's going to spin heads and will be to the second of his 3 large heads here. I think each of these sequential stages has a little bit more health. I could be wrong on that though. I don't like that the little mob enemies come at you so hard during his transition phases. That's kind of irritating to me. But, you know, whatever. Now that I have Blood Rush back, I'm going to try to get another hit on his head here. Did about 10% health, I guess. That's not too bad. The Aspis definitely kept me alive there, so that was neat. Taking him down to probably about half of his shield. Excellent. So this little singularity orb he does here, I kind of like to absorb it with the Aspis, but I was facing the wrong way to absorb it there. I didn't expect it to explode as quickly as it did, but that was alright. Gonna get another hit here. Then we'll probably switch weapons and try to attack him a little bit. Maybe burst his face. There we go. His face is all busted up now. And we'll be wearing into him pretty quickly, hopefully. I know that this stage, it takes a lot longer than the first stage, but it's the last stage that takes me the most time. I just like to play extra cautiously so that I don't go down, I guess. You know, even though like going down is a mechanic in this game, sometimes I like to avoid it. It's just my particular play style. Excellent. So we've probably got him down to about 2/3 of his health left on this second stage. And that's good stuff. Throwing my Stormfront at those little guys to both kill them and make it so that they won't kill me and get my health back via the Stormfront and the probe. So that's good stuff there. Now that he's below half health, Omega Sentry will be activated, as well as Rend. Or Rend's just the one that makes him bleed, right? Whatever the one that grants you extra damage when you have an enemy bleeding. I think that might be Tear. That one is helping my gun damage quite a bit there, because they're both multiplicative, and so when you have an enemy below half health and bleeding, your guns with Melee Athena are going to do a lot of damage if you're spec'd into those skills. So here's the stage that I think takes the longest. This corrosive damage kind of scares me, so I am going to go ahead and put on, I think, or maybe I don't put on a corrosive avalanche, or corrosive resistance avalanche. Maybe that's why I was taking so much damage. Alright, so I definitely meant to put on an Alkaline Avalanche there, and I forgot. So that's why I was always corroded during this. I thought it might have been like a Master Gi thing, where it's just like a special type of corrosion. But no, I just forgot to put on the Alkaline Avalanche, so that's definitely my fault. And if you were going to attempt this kill, I'd recommend an Alkaline Avalanche for this particular portion of the fight. I feel kind of dumb now that I didn't realize that while I was doing it. But, you know, it was my first try, so there's definitely room for improvement. Alright, so we're wearing down his shield. Not incredibly quickly, but it is going down. I wish I could freeze him. That'd be cool. Yeah, if I had on an Alkaline shield, I could probably just run through this stuff and really kind of fight him better. That was my mistake for sure. Oh well. As always, guys, be sure to watch this particular video in 1080p on Chrome so that you can watch it in 60 frames per second, because I think it will look better there than it does anywhere else. So that's something to watch out for, I guess. Alright, so now we're going to get ready to go ahead and knock his face down. Hopefully. There we go. Now we've got just his health to wear down now, and this will take a little bit of time, if I remember correctly. Hopefully it doesn't take too awful long. Sorry, there's my alarm. And now we're going to get ready to punch him in the face again. Taking out significant chunks of his health. Obviously not as much as we were before. I didn't like how he set his palm right on me there and I couldn't jump out of it. That was A little bit irritating. I guess at least it doesn't insta-kill you. That would be the most aggravating. If he just sets his hands down and insta-kills you. Yeah, that wouldn't be fun at all. So we've got him down to probably about 2/3 of his health left here on this third and final stage of his big face fight. I just knew my Aspis wasn't recharged there, so I threw a Stormfront knowing that that particular singularity ball thing that he does there was going to end up killing me, or not killing me, but dealing a lot of damage to me, so that was something that I watched out for there. I know I'm real low on health right now, and I'm out of grenades, so I needed to melee something in order to get my health back there. I tried to do a quick lap here to maybe acquire a couple grenades because I am low, and I was using those for survivability. Alright, so now I'm going to try to get another good face hit on this guy. Excellent. Now we've got him definitely below half health now, probably close to 1/3. So Omega Senchu will be activated now, and we'll be able to deal extra damage with our guns and other forms of damage. As you can see, it wears him down pretty quickly now when I hit him with the Maggie like that. Alright. So, we're almost done now. Side note, I have a friend named Maggie, and when she found out that there was a Maggie in this game, she tried to learn to shoot with it and everything, but she has a really really slow trigger finger, and it's kind of funny. Anywho, it's still fun to play with her because she uses the Maggie and her name's Maggie. Anywho, that's the end of this guy here. I do look around the loot pile. I don't look around it super comprehensively or anything like that, but I don't think I got anything too special. I didn't get an orange that I saw anyway. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. Tell me, what you think about the Roid Shield nerf now that you've seen it against the raid boss. Personally, I think that, we're going to get a Law or Rapier level blade, and that will kind of smooth everything out overall and make everything about perfect. And obviously, we could get more advanced class mods or Oz kits as well that will help. So, one more time, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.